Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. I have not done a tutorial in a while, so I got this by Birdie. I bought the whole collection by Colourpop, so I thought I would do a tutorial using it. So I'm just going in with this hot pink shade, and I actually might do a whole review of the whole collection because I bought the whole freaking collection, which I never do, but it was really fun. Anyway, so I took this hot pink shade, which is kind of an unusual place to start, and I just took a small kind of pointed brush, almost like a very narrow crease blending brush, and I'm just sort of getting it into my very deep set crease. So if you have eyes shaped like mine, you really have to make sure your brush is small enough to get in that little hollow, that crease. And what I'll do is I'll kind of like tilt my head back and I'll make sure that I don't like miss a spot, because otherwise when you close your eyes, there's going to be like a bald gap where there's no shadow and you won't see it necessarily because you're only going to see your eyes when they're open, but everybody else will see them when they're closed. So I went in with this hot pink shade. I really didn't have much of a plan, and then I took that more burgundy shade and I'm starting to kind of like put that on the outer corner. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of like getting used to filming and what's the best setup and how my camera works and all that stuff. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of like a schwitzer. Like I'm always like moving around. I move too much, which makes, I think, tutorials a little challenging, but I am working on it. So now that I have like the outer corner and the crease done, and it's sloppy and it's okay, I'm going to take my ring finger on one of the pressed glitters, and I'm just going to kind of like pat that gently on the eyelid. And with these glitters and most glitters in most eyeshadow sets that I have, your ring finger is really the best way to pick up the shadow. Brushes usually disperse it and diffuse it, so it's not going to have that punch that you usually want from glitter. And then I'm going back in and I'm just kind of like smoothing out the edge. The other reason your ring finger is really the best way to go is because that's the finger with the least amount of pressure, so that way you're not applying too much pressure onto your eyeball. So now I'm taking this pale pink, sort of like a skin color for me. It's like a petally pink color, and I'm just going to kind of like buff out the edge. I find this is a great step, and if you have large eyelids or small, if you just kind of buff out that outer or that upper edge over the color, it just kind of cleans things up. So now you can see head on, and it's looking a little crazy, but it always looks a little crazy. And then you just give it time and you keep working on it, and I promise you it's going to come together. The other thing that looks really severe is that I'm really fair-skinned. My hair is pulled back, and let's face it, I have a big forehead. And that's all I have on. I have nothing else. So that brings me to foundation. I had already done all my skincare, and I actually mixed the L'Oreal Fresh Wear with the Shiseido, that new self-adjusting foundation. I got two pretty good sized samples, like these like bottles. Both shades are a little bit dark for me, but the Fresh Wear that I have, I'm like smelling it. Oh, it smells good. The Fresh Wear I have is just a little bit light. I mean, come January, it's going to be right on, but you know, this tutorial was probably filmed around September, October, because it's been sitting in my queue for a while. So I'm not my palest, and that's my point. Like, you're going to be several different shades usually over the course of a year. You know, August is probably going to be your darkest. January is probably going to be your lightest if you're like me, and you live in the Northern Hemisphere. I don't get very tan, but I do pick up a little bit of color. So now I'm going in, I've done a little bit of cheek work, which I think added a little dimension, and I'm going in with a small brush, and I'm just using like a nice skinny little brush and a glittery purple color. Sorry, my phone's buzzing. And I'm just starting to give myself a border rather than using a pencil eyeliner. I'm just using a little shadow. I find that can be a really nice way to get a line without it being too severe. And then I said, you know what, I need a little more punch. So I took this MAC. This is one of those skinny brushes. I'll figure out what the number is. It's my favorite because it's really dense, really skinny, but it's also very flexible, so it's really comfortable to use around the eyes, and you don't feel like you're poking yourself in the eye, and you can get right up into the lash line. And because I was using more glittery shadow, I went ahead and I sprayed it with Fix Plus, and that'll help it stick better, but also it'll keep it from like falling into your eye, so it's like a win-win. Most of the things I do have more than one reason that I do them. So I had to fix my hair, and now I'm going in. I'm going to do some major lashes. Like, I'm usually too lazy to do fake eyelashes on myself. I pretty much always use them on clients. So I'm using my lash primer, and then I'm going in. This is the Man Eater Mascara by Too Faced. Yeah, it's not my favorite. It's just what I was using at that time. I got it in a BoxyCharm. I wouldn't recommend it. So lots of mascara, and that just gives you like a little black border, and then a little bit of lipstick and lip gloss. Just something kind of like low key because I didn't want it to look like too intense. So now that you can see my hair is down, doesn't it look so much better? Because the bangs sort of like, they make the eyes a little less severe. So anytime I do my makeup, I try to like have my bangs done too, so that way it's not like, whoa. And I also find that now having bangs, it can make my forehead look a little bit smaller, which I'm always up for. And it's pretty easy to style my hair. So you guys, that's the finished look. I hope you like it. Let me know in the comments below, and I hope to see you soon.